Okay, let's start. So, doing a replay analysis now of the game I played in yesterday's Gera Cup 76. For me, it was the first round of the Gera Cup. It was against Foggy, so not really the best chances here, but I tried my best. And let's see how this works out. So I'm mainly gonna explain what I thought during this game, why I went for the decisions that I went for, like my decision making, and especially what I learned from it. So going into this game, I had the plan of going for fast expansion. I expected him to play Warden, and we can already see I went for an instant militia scout, scouted the expansion. If he would have grabbed expansion first with his Ancient of War, I would have instantly done a push onto that, because that is quite strong. That worked out quite well in ladder so far when I practiced it. He's not doing that though, so I built my second farm here as a scout farm to see if he's expanding later on, and to also just have some more scouting information. Now, if he's not doing that orange creep camp here, then I thought I would just go into my standard creep route of Goblin Lab into green spot, into Mer camp, into green spot expansion. And then just expand that way. The thing is, I did expect a Warden play, but Foggy is actually going for a Demon Hunter. So that kind of threw me off. I really did expect Warden on this map. And I'm also scouting to make sure that he actually is Ancient of War creeping this, and I see that. I will also quickly place a scout tower here. I won't build it though, I just have it here so I can send my peasant away while still having scout information here to actually see what hero he's playing. And if I cancel it, I don't really lose that many resources. So now I see the Demon Hunter, I instantly cancel it. And now I felt like I maybe had to go for a new game plan, but I thought that expansion would still be quite viable, and it definitely is. But the way this game will turn out, I felt like it wouldn't be viable, and I did change my strategy. So looking at this, I wanted to do this with the lightning shield. It worked out quite well. The thing is, those two rogues are positioned in a way that if I would want to hit both of them with the lightning shield, I would also be hitting my own units. So I decided to use the lightning shield for this instead. Didn't micro it perfectly though, so I didn't get as much efficiency out of this as possible. But it still worked out quite well and helped me boost my creeping basically. Foggy in the meantime just did the orange camp here and the one wizard here to get the item. And now one really important part about this is he pulled away the mercs here with a wisp and then sent another wisp in to get the Troll Shadow Priest. And he's doing that with my merc camp as well, or at least he will do so. And I now still have a plan to go for fast expansion. So looking at my resources here, I'm already at 27 out of 30 supply. And I just got another farm finished to be able to go into even more supply. So usually, if I would be teching in this matchup, I would tech with 30 out of 30 supply, but now I already have one additional farm and I'm still building additional units. But now comes the crucial part here. With having the Fog of War on, I realized that he was going quite aggressive. He's playing Demon Hunter, so he's quite strong in that regard, and he potentially could also go for Immolation. And also, when watching the VOD of Back to Warcraft when he casted it, Foggy did only choose one spell up until this point. So if I would have grabbed this, he would have gone for Immolation, I'm pretty sure. Now the main thing is though, I see that he has a Troll Shadow Priest here. He could potentially also have wisps around here to detonate, and he does have one here, he has one down here, so he's really well prepared to completely screw me over if I creep this now. So I felt like it would be too risky, I would maybe even straight up lose the game there, so I didn't want to go for it. I could have maybe just gone for green spot expansion without doing Mer camp, but then I felt like it would be really hard to defend, I wouldn't get level 3 Archmage, and I would still really get screwed over by the Shadow Priest. So I decided to actually send my militia back and try to go into a rifle push instead. Now the big issue with that is that I'm so low on resources right now. I went into that additional farm to go up to 36 supply to be able to get mercenaries and such, and I pulled my militia as well. So I'm nowhere near, well, I'm quite close to the 210 lumber that I need for attacking, but I don't have it quite yet. And if I would be doing a straight up rifle push, if it would have been my game plan all along, I would already be teching for quite some time. And comparing it to Foggy's tech, he's already teching for quite some time. So my tech is already really late, which will make the rifle push a lot weaker. And which will also delay it, which means Foggy has more time for Master Bears and more time to prepare defense in general. I just try to be a little aggressive, just try to have like kind of an equal early game. I knew that I couldn't really go for creeping because he would just follow me and try to harass me during quite a bit, so I couldn't risk starting a creep spot, so I just tried to get an okay trade. And now I continue going for the Demon Hunter here all the time. I should have maybe just tried to charge through his army and actually go for those vulnerable units here at the back, but I felt like then I wouldn't be able to micro my footmen out in time, so I rather went for the Demon Hunter, and I thought I could actually outtrade him, but turns out I cannot. So I'm actually completely losing this fight, everything's low HP, and I actually have to start running while his Demon Hunter is still okay. He's still getting some heal from the Troll Shadow Priest, so I'm pretty screwed in that regard. He can also easily pick up the farm here with his Ancient of War. He's already getting his Hunter Soul and preparing for tier 2 play. In the meantime, I'm just getting my Blacksmith up to go into Rifles. I'm also getting one Arcane Tower to help with defending, and the Lumber Mill as well to just have some more lumber income, and the shop of course, definitely need that one now. I still have to defend this pressure somehow. I can do so though, his Demon Hunter is quite low, Arcane Tower is coming up, and I can still pull a lot of Militia. The issue with that is, I really need my Militia to get lumber, because I need to be able to get Naga and Arcane Sanction and Rifle upgrade and so on tier 2. Arcane Tower barely survives, which is nice for me. I was able to chase him away in time, so that Arcane Tower will actually go up, repairing it already as well. And Foggy actually got boots to have an easier time trading with his Demon Hunter. And I'm just in a nice position here to actually not really lose anything and still have an okay early game, I would say. The thing is just that my attack is far too late. And you can see it here, Foggy's already getting his Naga. He's not going into a push though, because I'm already healing up, I have a lot of Militia and his Demon Hunter is low. So at least, with my attack being late, at least Foggy couldn't use it to go for a really strong push. But he just has a much better timing in general, and my timings are far too late. And I'm just getting my Naga with my own Archmage, trying to secure there. I know that he's down here thanks to my scout farm, so I know what's going on, and I'm going into the first rifleman already. And the thing is, I'm still too low on lumber. He also killed 2 of my farms here, so that costs me a lot of economy, because I have to rebuild those, costs quite some resources. And with going for such a rifle push play, you want to have the best timing possible, and also you want to try to be as resource efficient as possible. I mean, you always want to do that, but especially in this case. So I know that he's down here now most likely, so I thought that I could just creep this out instead of doing this first. If I would have done this first, I could have gotten creep checked here, so I want to rather do this first, even though it's not that easy to creep. I know that he knows about this, I saw the Wisp earlier, didn't want to bother with it, I just want to hurry up with creeping. But Foggy is using something nice, he's just off of teleporting in with the Demon Hunter, while continuing to creep with his Naga. And another thing about this game is, I just got Boots of Kalfalas, earlier I got Slippers and Ring. So, I literally got the worst items I could have possibly gotten in this game. Like, they could not be any worse. And Foggy, on the other hand, he got a Gloves of Haste, which is quite nice. It's not the best, but it's still kinda okay. And his Naga has, like, literally perfect items for her. Boosts her damage by a lot, and she has a ton of mana. So that was also kinda unlucky for me, but that's not the main reason why I lost the game still. Now he's spying quite some time with his Demon Hunter here. I pulled the creep spot out quite far, so I would be able to creep without taking too much damage, because my army wasn't that strong yet. But like this, it also costs me a lot more time if his Demon Hunter is harassing me. Now in the meantime, I'm just getting my Arcane Sanction up, Rifle upgrade. I'm getting my first attack upgrade as well, quite soon, I guess. And I'm just trying to prepare for this push as well as possible. Now also, to get some more context in here, I played like 2 or 3 days prior to this, I played against Sonic in ladder on Amazonia, and I also tried to go for a rifle push play. I had kind of similar early game, but I planned to go into rifle push right from the start, so I had better timings. The main reason why I lost the game against Sonic though, was that I pushed with Archmage with Experience Bar like here, like really close to level 3, but not quite. So the water metals I prepared for the fight were still level 1. And also I wanted to get, keep in mind it was Amazonia, I wanted to get a heal scroll from his goblin shop. And there was only 1 heal scroll available at that time in the game. So I want to get that there, but he got it first. So I didn't creep my own goblin shop, I didn't have time for it, I felt, because I wanted to go for a push before he had Master Bears, so I had no chance for a healing scroll. And him having a healing scroll and me not, all my units were damaged. One heal scroll would have probably made the push a lot stronger, and I could have maybe done it. But without a heal scroll and without level 2 watermans, I absolutely couldn't do it. So that translated into the game against Foggy here, that I wanted to make sure that I get level 3 Archmage, level 2 Naga is also nice, so this is pretty convenient, and that I also get a heal scroll. The thing is, Sonic played Panda, so heal scroll was much more important there, and well, still, that Naga is hurting a lot, and the heal scroll is still quite nice. Now, I see Foggy here, and actually, Neo, while he casted it, said that I was too afraid to fight here, but that's not the case. I knew that I could definitely take the fight, but I also knew that Foggy would not go into this fight because he's getting Master Bears quite soon. He's getting it already. And he would just try to buy time for that and not go into the fight. So all I wanted to do here is just move over to his base with my militia and start towering with my ivory towers and such. Now, I could just continue running, but I'm turning around again because my Stork is coming. That one is quite important, so I can actually slow his Demon Hunter down. That's my only Stork so far. And I'm getting a Spellbreaker now to get rid of Rejuvenation on his Demon Hunter. That's also the Sorceress, and a Spellbreaker was one of the crucial things that was missing as well in the game against Sonic. So I tried to do it better this game. I just don't have so much experience with Rifle Push yet. I almost never played on ladder because I prefer to practice fast expansion, but against such a high level player like Foggy, I feel like fast expansion, I would just kill myself with it. So I feel like I have better chances with a Rifle Push. So he also managed to delay me quite a bit still, because I had to make sure that he doesn't pick off my units for free. And now comes a crucial point where he already has Master Bears while I am just starting my push. So I probably shouldn't have gone into this push in the first place if he has Master Bears already. But I still felt like I kind of had to, so I went for it. I want to try it out. As I said, I don't have that much experience with this strategy yet, so I'm still learning here. And the thing is, if I would have planned to go into Rifle Push right from the start of the game, I would have had a lot of an earlier tier 2 tech, so this push would have also hit earlier, while Foggy wouldn't have had Master Bears yet. But since I first planned to go into fast expansion, but then felt like I wouldn't be able to do it thanks to his Troll Shadow Priests, I then changed my strategy during the game. But as a result, my tech was late, my timings were completely off. He managed to buy a lot of time with the harass with his Demon Hunter. I gave him far too much time there. And that's why my push just hits far too late. I'm also in a pretty bad fighting position here, because he's basically completely surrounding me with bears already, which is pretty damn bad with this unit composition. And also my Stork doesn't have any more slows because she got mana burned, and the only slow she had I used on his Demon Hunter while I was still in the middle of the map. So my Stork is basically useless, and he just has so many bears here. I managed to get out of with my Naga quite well by placing Ivory Towers there to block. I'm getting an Arcane Tower up here, but the Ancient Force is also in place here. My Spellbreaker arrived too late to actually get rid of the Rejuvenation on his Demon Hunter, so he managed to get back to full HP again. And another thing in this game here is, I'm basically focusing Demon Hunter only. I felt like I would maybe be able to completely get him out of the fight, but he managed to heal up at the Moonwells first when I focused him a lot, then he TPs out, and now almost my whole army is gone already, even though I had a heal scroll, and he just had far too much damage output. I had a really bad fighting position, thanks to the bears having like a complete wraparound around my units, being in the middle of my rifleman. And now I managed to keep this tower alive. It actually does go up, but one Arcane Tower is just not enough at this point. Demon Hunter is still standing more than strong, and he has so much Moonwell juice, even with the Moonwell upgrade, so he has more than enough Moonwell juice to heal everything up here. So my push just hit him far too late, thanks to me first wanting to go for fast expansion. I had to change my game plan, because I felt like I still had better chances with this. Couldn't get rid of the Rejuvenation there, no more breakers. GG out, well played. I mean, it was to be expected that I would get destroyed by Foggy. I mean, there's still quite a big gap with like the skill level. But it was still an awesome game to me. I still learned a lot from it, as I also just explained. And what I find interesting about those games against players that have like a much higher skill level is that I can learn a lot from them. because it's just like a much more clean game than the usual ladder game. So it's a lot easier to see what I could have done better and what I maybe did wrong. And it's really, really awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and see you next time then.